Yeah, I actually quite like these legs. They're pretty meaty. Welcome everybody to the start of another planet in the My Galactic Empire of Age of Wonders Planetfall. My name is Ghesis-5. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel for more Planetfall content. I'm having a great time doing these planets for my Galactic Empire for YouTube, so I am going to continue doing that. I can't promise that I won't do any sort of, off camera eventually, but for right now I really am enjoying adding in new characters and seeing, how the different Galactic Empire planets are generated with all the wacky side quests and weird spawning and lava and extra monsters and all that good stuff. So before we get started on our planet, and by the way, this might be an episode 0, it might be an episode 1, I guess you'll know by the title of the video, but I'm not sure how much time it'll take me to set up my new character and my planet and everything like that. So really quickly, let's just go through what we've done so far, just as sort of a little history tour of all we've done. So in our Hall of Heroes, we have our original Emperor Degracian Mountain Mover. He was very, very fun. Then we had Tarvok Skybound. That was a pretty good length for a game with him. He was really quite interesting. We were able to I think that was the one where we kind of suddenly won unexpectedly by somebody suiciding into our final armies. We have Gertie Badger, who had a short-lived run because of how quickly we were able to win, but I will go back to her, I think, after I've stopped making new characters. I'll go back to her first because we only have a handful of episodes with her. And then we had our one that just ended with our Deathclaw-looking Candlewick. That was a really fun one. Those Promethean walkers were one of the most fun things I've ever had the pleasure of using in this game. Oh, it shows their, oh, units killed. Battles won. Whoa. Is that for is this for the character or for the entire, like, when I'm playing as this character? I don't know. Pretty cool, though. It must be just as this character because Candlewick only has 41 battles won. And I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. Let me know if you know. Let me know in the comments if you have any idea how these statistics are generated based on these characters. In progression over here, we have Devar, really quite high, 10. That makes sense. We played a lot of Devar and did a lot of quests. Herator is level 7. We've never used Herator in this particular Galactic Empire. Shakar and Promethean are up there. We haven't used Xenoplague at all, which is kind of funny that it's so far up here. Void Tech we did use, Celestian Synthesis we haven't used, so yeah, these ones are pretty low. So I think what we're going to do is make use of some of those lower ones in this playthrough. And then over in the Reliquary, we've only unlocked a few of these. I am interested in sort of making this my goal for the Galactic Empires to unlock all of these. I think that's super cool to be able to have all these different cool options. So far we have the giant mycelial hub. That gives us the mycelian fertilizer, the planter, and the sprayer. We have the RPR Inquisition AI core, which gives us the color, the liquidator, and the stalker. And we have the taxidermied penguin lord, which gives us a whole bunch of wildlife, which was really fun, although not necessarily the best strategic choice to take into games, but they are really fun. We'll figure out a way to make them powerful. So back in with our star map here, we can see the planets we've conquered and who did them. We started off with Emperor Degracian, who did Spirit Rise, and we got the penguins out of it. We had Tarvok, who did Meltcore. We had Gertie Badger, who conquered Zithray and got us the Mycelian hub. And then we had Candlewick, who's conquered Ivaria and got us the RPR Inquisition, which is probably what we're going to be using in this one. So let's go ahead and conquer a new world. Now we have access to a few planets again. Okay, that one's going to be too easy. We're not... Oh, but it's got 2 things on it. Okay, let's it's got to be something better. Oh, Therians are here. Oh, we would get unlock relic the deer's antlers. Now, how does that work? This would let us just have all of the Therians. Oh my god. That's cool. Oh, the shepherd too. That's interesting. Okay, so let's look at Bruhina. This has the chameleon adaptations. All neutral and NPC faction owned units have universal camouflage. I don't think I could do it again. Not right now. Mark for reassembly. An alliance of 3 assembly players. Okay, and then turbulent atmosphere. Flying units suffer from turbulence. This place sucks. Oh god, we get the. Okay, we've got Ghost Bustin. Oh yeah, this is the one that Bustin makes him feel good. I don't deny the unnatural. Yeah, I don't want to do this one. I don't want to do another one of these chameleonic ones right now. Let's go to Ghesis-5. Complexity nightmarish. An Elop colony. This world has been freshly colonized by an egalitarian league of planets. There is an alliance of 4 empires present on this world. Damn. Shattered world. This world has been shattered by the cataclysmic activation of a Promethean doomsday device, leaving its landmass split by volatile oceans of lava. Oh no. Once again, oceans and coasts are replaced with lava. Unbelievable how many of these I get. This world consists of several continents. And we have Arctic climates are absent, Badland climates are common, teleporters connect all land masses and are common. Ugh. Okay. And we have limited space. This world has an extremely unstable surface, offering precious little building space and forcing colonies to stay small. Colonies cannot grow beyond 12 colonists. So, oh, weird. That's a weird one. So we're not going to have like a fantastic military city. We're not going to have a super big, like, food export center. So that's going to be a little bit challenging. We're not going to be able to gobble up territory with our colonies. We're going to have to make a bunch of colonies, which is going to be expensive. And we have the Therian Convention. Therian sectors are abundant. They make more demands. They start at war with us, and they have plus 200 happiness. So we're going to have some trouble fighting Therians. We have a secondary objective, destroy the weak. Each of the Elop commanders defeated grants you substantial Imperial Renown and Experience boost. That will trigger a secondary win condition, basically. I mean, it feels like it's... Oh, 9. There's 9 players by default on this. Whoa. We're going to leave it like that, though, because that's awesome. Void Monopoly. Each sector containing a teleporter claimed grants you a substantial Imperial Renown bonus. Okay. Civic Duty. Each happiness event achieved grants you Imperial Renown. Interesting for Oathbound. Okay. Wild and Free Under Me. Each Therian dwelling claimed grants you substantial Imperial Renown. Certain Amazon... Completing this objective. So if we... Okay, but that's going to be hard because we're going to be at war with them. So that's really weird. That's really weird. I think we do this one. Lava continents. It's large. Okay. All right. Well, hopefully we don't go to war with the alliance of 4 people. That would be really bad. So we're going to have to try really hard to make sure we don't upset anybody and forward settle them. So let's select our commander. So I'm interested in customizing a new recruit new hero. So what I want to do is go to customize, and I would like to do Vanguard synthesis and pull in those RPR units we just got, and maybe some other mech units from other factions that we have access to as well, like maybe Devar or something like that. Starting army units have +1 rank. Produced units have +1 rank long-term bonus. Oh, damn. That's pretty nice. Firearms, weapon group, laser. Yep. Deploy drones and turrets. Propaganda, military force. Powerful range units. Weak melee. Yes. Okay, and then synthesis will let us do all sorts of nonsense with machines. We start with a hacker. We can deploy little summons in battle. We can interrupt other people's machines. We can boost our machines. So that'll be cool. So let's go ahead and do no points on anything real quick. So if we're going to be synthesis, maybe we want to start with a support vehicle. That's kind of cool. Got support abilities, and that way our commander could have a bunch of supporting mech abilities, and instead of being a direct combatant, they just drive around helping out our other vehicles. That's kind of a neat idea. These SMG thingies are really good too because they do arc damage, so you can really mess with other machines. What do we want to get here? Maybe we'll grab Kleptomaniac. We've got 2 points left here, so I think I'll do Data Repository. I love Data Repository. And we've got 1 point left. Let's do 300 relation with all races, excluding your own. Veteran. Start at level 3, giving you 10 skill points to spend after landing. All units gain experience faster. I think I'd rather do the skilled diplomat because I really need to not go to war with everybody on this one. So we'll move on to next. So we'll customize our commander. I'm going to make a male character for this one. So let me just randomize a couple of times. That's... Oh my god. These are really funny. Okay, I'm going to use this interesting looking fellow here as our starting off point. So what I want to do is I'm going to actually name and build this character to represent one of my friends whose favorite faction is Vanguard, and names all of his characters a particular style of name. So I'm going to try to find a way to do that here. So we had... Is there a nice synthesis looking background? Let's see. There, I like this background here. Maybe I'll go with this red one, though. I like this red eye, especially since we're going to have those Stalker RPR guys. I like the posture. I like his extremely thick jaw. Skin texture, I mean, yeah, he looks grizzled. Now, I want to get rid of his helmet here, because I want his hair out so we can see his hairdo. Now, where do we have hair? Now, my friend does favor the bun. So I think we're going to keep the bun. We're going to keep the glasses. Something's going on with his eyes, though. I got to say, that's really creepy. Why do your eyes look so beady? Oh, those are weird. Oh, God. Let's just give him, like... I don't know. I'm colorblind. Is this brown? Let's go with this. Yeah, I actually quite like these legs. They're pretty meaty. Let's go with those. And then accessory... Yeah, we want to keep the glasses. Cape? I mean, I don't think he'd have a cape. And then skin color, we'll just leave it right there. Okay, so I've named him. His name is going to be Buck Muscles. This is Buck Muscles, the Vanguard Synthesis Commander. So now we just need a symbol and a color for him here. So let's see. Let's go with probably a green, because I think his favorite color is green. And then let's go with... I did like that white, actually. That looks pretty good. Okay, now we need a symbol here. Now, I know my friend usually goes with one of these skull symbols, but I think Buck Muscles is going to have this fist here, you know, to show off like his weightlifting power here, because this guy is really screaming weightlifter to me. So I think we're going to go with that. So this is Buck Muscles, our Vanguard commander. So we're done. He's perfect. Okay, so now we got to pick all of this stuff we want to bring in. So units... Let's do... Oh, we can... Ooh. Okay. So we want to get... RPR Stalker. So this is our, like, sniper guy. Who's also pretty good in close range. And he comes back to life. Can we right-click him from here? Oh, how can we see that? No, we can't right-click him from here. But we can hover and just get a little bit of an idea. So this is a very powerful, it's a tier 3, not a ton of health, but it's pretty good. Now this guy does a buttload of damage on a single shot, so we just want to load him up with damage mods and he's just going to snipe things. And it is a machine, it's mechanical. So we also want to pick, maybe we want to get something kind of close range if we can. I mean, sappers are almost close range machines. What else can we get? Are these count as mechanical? No, they don't. They're plant cyborgs. That's pretty weird. Nobody here is mechanical. Now we can make other things mechanical by giving them special mods that will let them be integrated. So we're basically turning them into robots. So we might just take something spooky, like a Voradon or something, and just make it into a machine. So we'll just implant it and make it powerful. We could also do that with the Pteranodon, make robot dinosaurs, but I just did that recently, so I'm going to try to avoid that. So let's do this Voradon I want to play with here, and then maybe we get something early game that we wouldn't normally have. So we're going to have laser and kinetic, so we want something that would work with that. We could bring in the Shakarn guys, but we already have good range. There's something cheap and easy we can get here. If we go to core... Yeah, so for now, I think we'll pull in the Penguin just so we have another kinetic damage option that's also like sort of a frontline unit. It's got 3 armor to start, which is pretty good. So for operations, let's see, what do we want to bring in here? I mean, some of these are just so good. Where's that one? Yeah, the replicating restoration from the Shakarn that jumps, heals, and removes status effects. That's really powerful. Is there something else we want to bring in? Anything like really strong? Ooh, that's pretty cool. Volcanic and hazards and volcanic. That might be something we pull in as a doctrine. We won't need to bring in laser strike. We already have that. Could bring in advanced munitions provisions, and then that'll let us put on our tier 3 walker unit. It has a missile. We could make it do tons of extra damage, have an extra range and massive impact. That'd be pretty cool. Only useful in like one situation though, so let's pull in this Phoenix colonization protocols. I think that might be really useful. We could bring in dwelling intimidation, get 10% discount when dealing with NPC factions. Faction war quests trigger at 10 units defeat instead of 6. So since we're going to start at war with the Therians, we could actually get rewards more often from beating them up. So I think we'll take that one. That'll be an early doctrine we could do. Oh, that's weird that this little bit here actually covers up a bit of the operation and slot here. So for mods, not sure. Let me pause and I'll come up with something. Okay, this was actually really hard to pick, so I ended up going with portable scanners. This was super useful in the last planet with all the Shakarn units able to analyze to things and then make them weaker to everything else. So this gives detection, it gives +2 sensor range, damaging abilities gain a chance to apply analyze, and gives them a shield. I also got this ocular implants. Yes, it also gives detection, but I was thinking these could be good with the Stalker because it gives 20% critical hit chance and then 10% increased damage. So that'll give these guys a chance to crit way more often. And crits on these guys are going to be brutal because of how much damage they do. Also went with the guided delivery mechanisms. The walker unit does have a missile it can use, so that is pretty helpful to have an extra hex range and 20% more accuracy, plus 20% more damage. And I'm hoping I can put this on the engineer units because their upgraded missile turrets inherit their mods, and I'm hoping I can put this on the engineer and they'll inherit it. I'm not 100% sure if that works, but if it doesn't, no big deal, because I was really struggling for my third one here. I was trying not to take stuff I've taken a million times like Ironbreaker or Crippling Claws because I just don't have that much melee anyway. Although these guys are pretty cool, but we'll probably build them more tanks than damage since they're going to be our only front line, these two here. All right, so I think we're all set to launch the game on Ghesis-5. Okay, so we're ready to start the game. We've got, again, it shows no water and 100% land, but that's not true because part of it is going to be lava. So let's go ahead and land and see what it looks like. Like we might be starting on our own little peninsula or island, not 100% sure. No, we got a big landmass down here for sure, but this might be the edge up here. That'd be pretty helpful if it was. It kind of looks like it might be. I think there's lava in here. Okay, so let's see what we started with here. We started with nanite support.
Quantum-powered molecular...
And frontier facilities. I love starting with frontier facilities. Okay, so if you've watched or played Age of Wonders Planetfall, you're probably familiar with the Vanguard. They're one of the most straightforward factions, but just in case, let's quickly go through the units as a refresher for myself and anybody else who's watching. So we've got our scout unit, the Owl. It has a laser repeater that does decent damage, actually. It's got a targeting field that makes something easier to hit, so it's kind of like one of the truest sort of scout-type units here. It's good at... it's flying, it's got far sight, and it can kind of like detect things easily. So this is a good unit. It doesn't actually have detection now that I look at it, though. Doesn't have detection. Interesting. So that's our scout unit. We'll send one of these off on its own. We'll keep one with the army. We have our Vanguard Troopers. These are the most simple and basic unit probably in the game to understand. They have an assault rifle, which is repeating. They have a grenade, and they can go into Overwatch and shoot things that get close. That's all they do. 44 health and 1 armor. Now, they have a little bit increased health because the Vanguard units start 1 rank higher and they train harder, so they pop out 1 rank higher as well. So it's unlikely we'll ever even see a Vanguard Trooper that's below Novice. Started with a Hacker. This is our secret tech unit. Synthesis. They've got this cool like matrix glitch stuff coming out here. Got these wacky backpacks and these little submachine guns. They shoot electricity out, which is really nice if we encounter machines. They have a bunch of different abilities that interact with machines, ally, and enemy. So let's take a quick look here. We have targeting calibration. Assist the targeting system of friendly mechanical or Vanguard unit, increasing their accuracy by 30% and range by 1 for 2 turns. So that's pretty cool. Pop that on a trooper. They can shoot further and shoot more accurately. They have Shrapnel Virus, so this is a grenade that's a compromising grenade. So this is really good against machines here. It can also do bleeding, biological or cyborg, compromise to mechanical and cyborg. So cyborg's going to have a bad time. Now, this is cool because this is, you know, a lot of these secret tech units are different depending on what faction you're playing. So if we weren't playing Vanguard, we probably wouldn't have this grenade version of this. We also have the Haywire Demon. Target enemy, mechanical, or cyborg is forcibly infected with a hostile demon. They are staggered and have a strength chance to become disabled for 2 turns. And disabled is very powerful. It's basically stunned. And they have a little bit of status effect resistance. Yeah, so they're a pretty cool unit. They could serve as sort of a bread and butter unit. Depends on who our enemies are. They're going to be more expensive because they're tier 2. But they have a lot of cool stuff they can do. So probably want to have in the future like a couple of these in each army because they're quite useful. Range 7 actually, so same range as the trooper. We also have a pug. This is a very good unit. This is a support unit that can kind of hold its own in combat. It's got a single shot, 16 damage laser blast. It can pop a blur cloud on somebody to make them harder to hit, basically like a smoke screen that follows them around. It can heal somebody for 25. It can resupply somebody to change their abilities, cooldowns back to like reset them. So if you have somebody, say, like this guy, they can only use this grenade once per battle, the pug can come over and resupply that unit. And the pug can only do this once per battle, but you can resupply somebody else's cooldowns. Really good on units like heroes that eventually get a whole bunch of those kind of powers that can be used once. So that's pretty cool. We've got 46 health, 2 armor, so it's okay, but it's not really that much tankier than any of our basic units, so we got to be careful. Okay, I just clicked and sent my army over this way, so I guess we'll be doing that next turn. I didn't even know you could do that when you were in a screen like this. I guess you can. Okay, so let's look at our commander. We got Buck Muscles. He started in his APC, his Imperial APC that gives him a single action shooter right here on the front. I don't know how he's driving if he's also manning the gun, but that's not really my problem. He's got a radar dish on the back. It's a little bit all-terrain to me. Pretty cool. So this is like a looted APC Imperial tank from like the old Empire. This isn't a Vanguard vehicle. It's got a tactical AED assist. Now that's the item that he stole. This gives him plus 10 max HP. That's why he's got 70 health. So Buck's going to be our support / tank unit for the early game because he's got 1 billion health and 5 armor. This will revive a biological or cyborg unit with 50% of their health once per battle. That's crazy. We also can deploy a repair drone from this, so it can go around healing. Boy, oh boy, do we have a lot of healing and support in this army. We've got a grenade, which is just from his mod here, and APC tactical scanner, full action. Start the APC scanners up, this little radar guy on the back here. Give targeting information to all friendly units, increasing both accuracy and morale by 100 for 2 turns. So that's going to be awesome once we have those sniper mech guys in our army. They're going to have so much accuracy and crit chance. It's going to be fantastic. And then we've got our standard array of defenses. Heroes get good status effect resistance. Vehicles get psionic resistance and arc weakness. That's why we have that. Our stagger resistance is probably from the vehicle. Not positive on that. Yeah, looks like it. Large target. So easier to hit with ranged weapons, cannot take cover, but counts as cover for other units. So Buck can actually drive up, and the troopers can like file in behind him and hide behind the truck a little bit. And of course, this is our commander, so if we ever lose our commander and our capital at the same time, we're out of the game. So this scout here is going to go pick up this Imperial Cosmite stuff over here. Sorry, energy. A little bit of energy. Now, I guess we're going to go over here and do some fighting because I accidentally moved over this way. Let's see. So we've got production we could set for Ickton, who's our capital's name. That kind of sucks. Let's call this. Let's call our capital the Gym. That's where Buck Muscles hangs out. Okay, and so then what else do we want to build? We can't build a colonizer yet. I want everybody out of these. I want them into food because I want to get to 4 food as fast as possible so I can get another sector. And what do we want to build first? Well, let's take a look at our surroundings. We have energy and production. We can only get a couple of them, though, because of the weird no more than 12 colonists thing on this planet. So that means we're probably going to want food so that our population has something to eat, because we're not going to get any from any other sources. And even though we can't grow big, that just means we don't have to put people in food in order to grow. So we'll go ahead and queue that up, and then we'll see what we want after that. We can also queue up Skirmisher Barracks to get the Assault Bike, which is a pretty good unit. They have a wide array laser attack where they shoot like a 7-hex cone in front of them and just obliterate everything with lasers. We've got our specialist training center where we can get our pugs. Really don't ever need more than one pug in an army, in my opinion, but if we start getting other armies, it's really great to have a second one because of their ability to heal and protect people with that. That blurring cloud is so helpful because you throw that on our hero, and then Buck drives in, 40% increased chance to avoid attacks, plus he's super tanky, so he'd be an excellent tank at that point. And let's see, we start with the faction war with the Therians. We need to kill 10 units to get a random reward. They will eventually start sending armies after us, and I think that the parameters of this mission indicate that there's lots of teleporters. I don't see any yet, which is good, but they're probably all over the place. Discovered Therian dwelling. So we know that they're up here. The Grating Shriek Shelter. That is real far away from us, but again, don't know if there's teleporters. And also there's probably a second one of them somewhere. And we've got our wind conditions. Actually, we should probably look at those. We have destroy the 4 ELOP commanders. Capture the 2 Therian dwellings. Those are our options, or the standard ones with either conquest or territory control. So we will just we'll see how we go. I don't know, I don't know who the alliance is going to be and if we're going to end up at war with them or not. There's a lot of players in this one. Okay, and then over here we have the Applied Quadratic Institute. This gives the learning center, so units are going to get more experience. This is not a super necessary buff for us since our units pop out with a +1 rank anyway, but it's nice to have. It's a science, so we definitely want it at some point just for the science boost. Especially because I tend to not get those early and then I'm in trouble. Oh, and then these are Paragons. So Paragons are also on this planet somewhere, so we'll meet them eventually. And that'll be good because they have some really good mods and units that work in well with the Vanguard. I feel like I keep getting lucky with these minor factions synergizing well with my faction that I pick. Alright everybody, well as it turns out this is going to be an episode 0 because we had a lot to talk about. So I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. I hope you'll come back for episode 1. And please consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you in the next one.